Hey everyone, welcome back. Austin here. I'm in our Cook Your Catch kitchen at the Alaska Fish House, and today we're going to be talking about spruce tips. These are something that we harvested late summer, early spring, and it's the new growth of the spruce tree, and they have many different culinary uses, everything from even beers or seltzers now to syrups or uses in desserts. And we're going to use these to make a spruce tip salt. The first thing we're going to do is remove the needles from the spruce tip to try not to get the stem, and those are going to go directly into a coffee grinder. If you don't have a coffee grinder, a food processor works just fine. These have actually been frozen. We're right now a little bit towards the end of the season and we're still able to use these. They freeze really well. You don't have to blanch them, just directly into the freezer. So again, I'm just going to take the needles off, put them into the coffee grinder just to avoid that stem, because that's going to be a bit of a bite in the salt. As far as this salt goes, there's many different uses. Adding it to vegetables, potatoes, with seafood. It has a really nice citrusy taste, so that anything that you want a little bit of citrus added to, this is a really nice way to do that, and it's something that you can use throughout the winter. So these spruce tips, we've cleaned these. They will have a kind of a brown papery shell on the end, and we've removed that. And it's something that while you're foraging, if you remove that while you're doing it, it's going to save you some time in the long run. Another nice way to use the spruce tips is a really simple tea. You can just add these to hot water as you would with any other tea, and it has a really good source of vitamin C. So when making the spruce tip salt, you want about equal parts spruce tip to salt. So here we have about 4 tablespoons or so of the spruce tips, so I'm going to add the same amount of salt. We're going to give this a pulse, and we're going to put it onto a sheet pan that you want to dry out just a little bit. You can do that in an oven overnight that has a pilot light, just a really low heat, or in any dry place in your home. You can see, you can kind of, whatever consistency you like. If you like, I'm using kosher salt. If you like, you can use larger sea salt. And it really depends on what you like as far as how much you want to grind it. At this stage, I'm going to give it just one more pulse. You can see it is really doing a great job, but there are still some whole needles in there, which aren't going to be very palatable. So I'm going to give it a couple more pulses and we're ready to go. So already this is just super vibrant, and the smell of this is citrusy, floral, almost fruity. It's with a little bit of pine. It's really incredible. So next step, we're going to take this, put it on our sheet pan. We're going to just spread this out evenly so it helps just dry out. The salt's going to take a lot of that moisture out of the spruce tip. You can use this immediately right now, and actually it's really good right now just because it's so floral, but we do want to dry this out for future use. So by freezing the spruce tips, we were able to use them a little bit later in the season for a variety of culinary uses, and we're even preserving them again by making a spruce tip salt. To see more about wild foods of Southeast Alaska, go to exclusivealaska.com.